What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Second Street Marvel. Here we are on May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. We're here with our very special guest, Chillmonger. We're going to get into a spoiler discussion about... We're going to get into a very spoiler discussion about Moon Knight, episode 6, the finale of this series on Disney+. And I guess starting right off, let's get with Chillmonger and see what you think about it. What were your thoughts on this episode?
Ooh, I'd give it an 8 out of 10 episode. They stuck the landing.
Yes, they did. They very much
We
did
agree.
stick the landing. Finally, they stuck the landing on it too. It felt like it was gonna take a while. But they finally gave us one, and I really enjoyed this. The episode overall, I think, was pretty decent. I think it was a pretty good episode. I mean, there are a lot of other things like I kind of wish they would have, I don't know, did or explained or just anything along those lines. But it's a show. We'll learn other stuff along the way.
Now, there's the thing, though. It's not without any flaws. The biggest gripe... maybe I shouldn't fast forward to the ending. Let's go in order from the beginning of the show. We get these early credit scene. I mean, the preview scenes that kind of remind us and refresh us. And actually, they were useless. This was like a whole story on its own. Everything that happened in that last episode was more so like just to fill out who exactly Mark Spector is. Really didn't too much affect this. It kind of goes from the ending of episode 4 into the beginning of episode 6. And we see Layla pulling him out of the water. And she's crying, and there was no emotional weight to that because we know Mark Spector's returning, whether it's him and Steven or just him. We know that this body is going to have life returning to it. So I don't know why they spent way too long kind of seeing her and watching her react to it, because we, the audience, know something that the protagonist does. She's not the protagonist. What's Layla? The good guy? The supporting actress?
Yeah, supporting character.
And we're a step ahead of her. So that's BS. But look, they obtained the freaking Amit idol that was on Mark Spector's body. They have it now, and they smash it onto the floor, and it blows up, and it becomes a Pokemon. Like, that's basically Pokeball logic if you guys are fans of the Pokemon franchise, and I love that.
Yeah, no, I didn't know nothing about no Pokemons. But yeah,
Whoa,
I mean,
did you say Pokemons?
what?
Who is this?
What? Hey, what are you talking about, man?
It's
you
Myrtle,
know.
Myrtle. You know my name, right? It says so down there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Chillmongers? Is that you? What? I swear I just seen you last week, man. Didn't I just see you last week?
I was so happy to share the screen with you last week. It was an honor.
Oh.
That Trinity guy is crazy. He calls me Coldmonger. What a fool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey, y'all, make sure you smash that like button.
Not just smash. Smash that like button.
Yeah. Make sure hit that like button. I hope you're all having a very good day today. Let's see who all we got here in the chat. I see we've got Jedi Mike in the building. Azora's Tiger Comics. How are you doing? Hope all's going well. We've got Star Wars MCU OG, Flash by Night Comics, Obi-Wan the homie. All here in the building. Thank you all so much for being here.
I just did this to Flash by Night Comics, which I realize is not something you're supposed to do, because he literally served. So they I think, from what I've seen, they actually look at it as people who didn't serve. I was like, what are you doing there? I don't know.
Yeah, could be.
I don't know what branch of the government of the military he was part of. Probably Space Force.
You know what? I think I was watching his video the other day, and it was Marines.
It was Marines. Oorah.
Yeah. My father was a Marine.
Yeah. Can Roman Reigns say what he says? The wrestler, right before he does the spear finishing move, he goes, "Oorah." Not "oorah," "ooh-wah." I don't know. I think that's too close. I think that's a little bit insensitive. You can't just be appropriating that. Yeah, you can't say that. Any chanting, you can't do.
But so yeah, I've getting into the episode, it really kind of quickly rushed things. I felt like the episode like quickly moved along. A lot of things were happening. Pretty fast paced episode for the most part, which I think was kind of called for, something we definitely needed, considering this episode was like what 42 minutes or something like that. And
It was short.
yes, it was it was very short, but it seemed like quite a bit happened at the same time. It seemed like they kind of hit the ground running once the episode kind of opened up here.
Hmm.
Yes. And I think they did finally stick the landing. You know, we get it like you were saying, you know, we get back in with you know, some of the Layla stuff, you know. They could, you know what? I bet you they could have just let this girl be named Marlene. But anyway.
Well, there was this exact like moment in the show where there's a reason why she wasn't a Marlene. It was hey, are you an Egyptian superhero? So let's discuss that one there because I'm sure the videos are coming from the people who are not me Infinity. I want to speak on it in a positive light to say what's important. Now, I'm not defending the skin casting, recasting of you know, instead of doing Marlene, they did someone from Egypt. I never support those things. But let's ignore that for the sake of what I want to talk about and how Layla happens to be Egyptian. The girl saw an Egyptian superhero and that like resonated with her and that clicked for her. How like big of a deal that is and why it's a big deal. It's because Marvel superheroes are white. I just tweeted about this. You guys saw that circle shot. Like all of those Avengers, when the franchise began, they go, you know what we're gonna do? All white. Never once did they say, I don't know. There's a lot of other countries in the world. Maybe we can go to Africa for Black Panther. They didn't do that until the 18th movie. So this girl, fictional girl, grew up in a world where superheroes since 2008 Iron Man happened to all look like. I mean Captain Marvel too, but she was a secret. But like publicly, they were all white. It was a white freaking occupation and she goes, "You're an Egyptian superhero." Yes, I am. And it brought light to her. It brought like joy to her because of the pattern. If it wasn't for that, I probably wouldn't defend it, and I would be like, "Yeah, that's weird. That's kind of actually divisive to mention that the race of a superhero is kind of odd." That's how I would feel about that. But it's the past recent 14 years of Marvel that make me go, "Oh yeah, well, it makes sense." Actually, more than 14 because of the blip. They're in year 2023.
Well, Chillmonger, I think you may not know this, but that was before Disney owned them and they started checking boxes, okay?
Hmm.
I just want you to know that.
I know you're joking with me, but we know about the Perlmutter history, right? We know about how
Yeah.
he was the one restricting a Black Widow film,
Yep.
which was because women don't sell, and same with like Black Panther, the toys won't sell. There's truth to it, and yeah, Black Panther did
Right.
perform worse internationally. It was just a juggernaut domestically, but
Right.
compared to like what Captain Marvel, which came the year next, yeah, Black Panther didn't do as good overseas. But look what happened. Still made it a lot of money, and it was like $1 billion hitter. Even let's
Right.
pretend Black Panther made 900 million. That's still a success.
Hmm. Yeah, well,
Right?
and here's the thing is like, I mean, even going along with that, I mean, like, I mean, you're absolutely right with Perlmutter and all those things that went down with all of that. I mean, that we know, you know, that we actually know. Not only that is like the thing is like I like you're saying like sure like that makes sense, and the thing is like people always when they hear these things like they hear that like oh they don't sell, and it's not that they don't sell, it's just that I guarantee you, like some of that wouldn't do the numbers that it would have done later, you know, after they got a little bit more footing than it would earlier, you know, and some of these things, is it going to attract the attention in the crowd? Because we could easily say that about this character Moon Knight, which by all means there's probably no you know, lots of reasons for why he got a TV show and not a solo movie as well. So I mean, I think there's kind of a lot that goes into it, especially in the early days of Marvel, because they were trying to get big and then they finally got there and they were able to do more. But again, you could easily say that's just an excuse for not doing it or at least giving it a try. But they are kind of, at that time, they were trying to, they're really aiming for the fences at that point because you're just trying to get things started. The dream wasn't realized yet, it was still a
Bro,
dream.
let's look at what they did before they had series. we had the Black Panther and Spider-Man debut in Civil War as like a supporting actor. It's a little thing, introduce you to the masses, make sure you know he's important. That's how they did it in Captain Marvel. She didn't just show up in Captain Marvel. Infinity War had a little post-credit scene. They kind
Mm-hmm.
of eased you into it, some with more easing than others. Now they do it with series. I really
Yeah.
wish we would have had like the what do you call it? But the weight, responsibility of a solo film where we can measure a box office and blame or
Right.
award adulation to the success of this box office number. And I wish Ironheart had that and Kamala Khan Ms. Marvel had that,
Right.
but we're not going to get that. They're going to do it the easy way where they don't even have to disclose how many viewers showed up for the Moon Knight season finale or all the other shows.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, like at this point, we know. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Disney's committed to going there in the first place. I mean, that's what they're doing. So, I mean, we'll expect more of it. Obviously, I mean, heck, you take a look at Doctor Strange getting ready to come out. With a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I think in the episode, I mean, it was one of those kind of silly Marvel things to do, and I was sitting there, the show goes, I'm like, okay, like they had to do it, it's like whatever. But I want to know why did they turn Layla into She Falcon?
Oh yeah. No, it was Wonder Woman. She had the same get up
Oh,
and she did the X thing also.
that
I was
too,
waiting
yeah.
for the
Oh,
electric guitar.
yeah, yeah, you're
Well,
right.
what was that all about? That was way too, the likeness was so similar. So she was being what the scarab became, right?
Yeah, yeah. It must have been, I guess. Um,
So they
yeah.
did Wonder Woman and Blue Beetle better than DC. Take that.
Yee! Oh man, but yeah, and like I said, and they present us with that. And one the other thing is like, we see that, and we know that's obviously something new that wasn't in the comics because I believe Towerette wasn't ever even in the comics at all, as far as I know.
Mm,
And as far as the videos that I've watched of other people who claim to know, no, she wasn't in the
yeah.
comics.
That Mark Spector comics guy, him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I have no smoke
Oh,
with you, sir. I don't.
oh,
He's got enough enemies. I don't.
that guy. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, don't worry about him. I banned him from my chat, and I tore up the comic books that he wanted to buy.
Yeah, you saw the same video I saw. Yeah, that was nonsense.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah.
Is he in here?
No, probably not. Probably not.
No, sometimes he is though.
Yeah,
Anyways,
sometimes.
anyone who doesn't
He,
understand that, we're just being stupid. We want no smoke with anybody. We love you all.
But overall, I mean, I think the episode was really good. I think, and here's the thing: is like I've noticed this when it comes to these episodes with this series a lot. When we get here after those first few episodes, it's like they kind of started to give us so much that there's like less to talk about because it's like, oh yeah, like I'm full, I'm feeling good about this show, and I'm still kind of trying to think of where this show ranks for me overall. But I think this episode, while it had a lot of stuff and it was really cool in it, it's probably not even one of the better episodes. It's probably not even one of the better episodes. But we do get the reveal, obviously, after everything kind of goes down. They stop Harrow and everything. Like, was that mental institution real?
Yeah, that was BS. That was like the you know when you make yourself feel good, like you accomplished something. Like yes, I am real. I think that's what we were supposed to feel for Mark Spector. That his pain is truly happening, and his mental health issues are legitimate. And that's why Arthur Harrow's feet were bleeding, Dr. Arthur Harrow, who wasn't really Dr. Arthur Harrow. And yes, I think that's what they were going for. I don't get it still. Do you? How do you interpret that?
I, you know,
Right?
it's really hard to say because I feel like it comes back to what I was saying the other day. Is like I feel like a lot of this stuff isn't happening, but it did happen. Some of the things going on here, like they were talking about the mental institution, like maybe it's a projection of his mind, and that's what he's using in this particular sense of where they're at, because maybe at one point he was in a mental institution and he's got that in place when he's there. Obviously we know that he was dead going through that, in the mental institution, because they got there with Tara Wet and everything, and she's like, oh no, like you're dead. So, but that would have happened when Arthur Harrow shot him. there after all that stuff. So it's like everything kind of happened, and then the stuff in the mental institution is what kind of started making me really think. And I'm like, it has to be all that happened right there while he was dead, and then all of maybe his consciousnesses were trying to figure out exactly what was going on
Yeah,
as they're
his
going into the after.
consciousnesses, all three of his consciousnesses.
Yeah, yeah,
Where
yeah,
was that, where was Jake? Why wasn't Jake Lockley locked up inside there in that mental space? Why was
yeah.
two hearts going on the scale sufficient? Why, like Jake Lockley was there too. They kind of left
Well,
that out.
I've,
And
I've
one else
yeah.
thing that Kendall is alluding to in the comments is like we didn't get to actually see
Right.
the best action scene, which would have been Jake Lockley
Yeah.
getting the upper hand on Arthur Harrow.
Yeah. Well, that and in episode, what was it? Episode 2, when
Every episode,
when he
every
blinked out
blackout.
after the scarab.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
I think that was episode 2, wasn't it? Yeah, when he was running from the guys that were all shooting after him and everything.
That was the first episode when he
It
was
was okay. It
driving
was. I was
and he
sitting there thinking,
blacked
I was
out.
like, it was. Yeah. I just started thinking, I was like, wait, that was the first episode. But yeah, I mean, yeah, even in that, would have been a good one. But I think it was very cool seeing that, and I think part of the reason that they didn't show that, because we seen in the institution there when they were going through it, he didn't walk through those doors. Like when they were there, when he looked at the scene where it would have been in the bathroom, it showed that he didn't walk in there. He didn't walk into in the other sarcophagus or anything. And it kind of makes you think like that was probably it, and they weren't either aware or didn't know about it at all to go to confront it. Maybe they thought it was something else.
Mhm.
Oh, we got Mike Porter with the 23-month member chat says, I really love the show. 10 of 10 for me. Yes,
May I ask
absolutely.
you about memberships and how you like do it on your channel? It's basically like a Patreon thing, but YouTube takes a third of their money.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yep. And
Thanks.
yeah, yeah. But I think, yeah, I thought like they've been alluding to that character the whole time, and I thought it was kind of funny because I mean I've been talking about this the past couple of weeks, and then especially last week after everything we've seen, like it's got to be like that third personality has to have had manifested from all of that stuff, and he's been there for a while, and then it still makes me wonder. It still makes me wonder. Does the Moon Knight suit that Jake Lockley has, does it have the spikes on his cestises?
Yeah, that has yet to be shown. We know it's supposed to look different because that's just how, you sell toys and whatnot.
Right.
So the next time we see it, we'll find out. Will it even be white? It might be black. I don't know. Jake Lockley
It,
was wearing black.
it could be. And it makes me wonder because I'm guessing, they're supposed to be doing that werewolf by night thing. I think is that supposed to be part of a Halloween special or something like that, I think.
I
Um,
heard those rumors.
it makes me wonder if he's gonna show up there in that suit. I
Yo,
mean,
we
it could
don't
just be a
know.
small, it could be a small part.
As far as he knows, Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, he is no longer the avatar for Khonshu, and he's gonna go on his day. Someone will do a mugging, and he'll never power up to go and save somebody.
Right.
That's it.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, it ended with him not being Moon Knight anymore. So I go, oh, series finale, I guess. And then the post credit happens, and we go, just the season finale. Bring on season 2, right, Wayne? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that tweet they did, they changed it. But yeah, and that's the thing is like so I mean, is when will the next time we see Moon Knight or I guess Khonshu work through Mark Spector or Stephen Grant?
Where does he fit? The Blade movie, the Halloween special? Oh,
Yeah, it makes me wonder because I like you were saying, because obviously he's probably just like, oh, I've still got Jake Lockley here. We'll use him, and obviously we can see there was a point there in which he was in control, and it wasn't one of those things, kind of like they alluded to, where we've seen slowly all the consciousnesses, personalities, I guess, were able to take over without doing the whole thing. And it it makes me wonder like how all that's going to work, because then is he able to control the personalities now that they're more aware of everything that's going on, and it appears that he can just kind of take over whenever he wants to.
Maybe.
It's just very interesting. It's very interesting.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
thinking about how this all this leads up to. So, and then it makes me wonder. It makes it like it seriously makes me feel like we could get a Moon Knight movie next. I feel like this is probably worthy of a Moon Knight movie.
Huh. A Moon Knight movie next. That would be different because Loki is the only thing kind of getting continued with a Loki season 2.
Hmm.
Technically, WandaVision is going to spark off what's it called, Agatha, but it's not the same thing. It's not the same thing. For Moon Knight to go from your TV series quality to movie quality, it would just be new. There's nothing wrong about it. It'll just be something unique.
Right. Because I think the thing is like based on how successful this was, and who knows if they're going to announce it, and after Doctor Strange, and then who knows. But I kind of feel like the next, like obviously he'd probably appear in another show or definitely a movie before getting a solo movie. But I feel like they would like in a movie they could go and do so much more than they did in this show without having to do all the things that they did in this show, and that's specifically why they showed us them here. Like I said, this was the first time we got one of the shows that give us the whole roots of a character without having somebody else there to boost them up and introduce them and kind of play off of or anything like that. And I feel like that was maybe kind of part of their experimenting, and maybe part of the reason. So they're being like, okay, are we going to do the movie? Or is he just going to go in movies and we'll just do a season 2? Maybe both. Maybe both.
Hmm.
But yeah, let's get here into the chats and see what everybody is saying really quick. Like I said, I can't really think of anything else to say about the show other than Marlene. She got turned into. I guess would that essentially be the Scarlet Scarab here? They didn't call her anything.
I'm gonna go with Scarlet Scarab. That's what Flash says. That's what you said.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like that's essentially what we've got going on here. I mean, I'm sure she's gonna be in some other shows, movies. I'm honestly not familiar with the character or anything from the comics in that sense at all. But I can tell you that I did just get this. Yeah,
Moon Knight hardcover.
yeah, oh, yeah.
So who's
Booyah.
the writing that? Who's the writer there?
This one is once. It's still the Doug mentioned Bill Sienkiewicz run.
Oh, some legendary creators.
Yeah, it's the original run. It's got the Moon Knight issues 21 through 38, and then a bunch of other like Marvel Team Up, Power Man and Iron Fist, Marvel Fanfare. Moon Knight 1 through 6, 1985. All right.
Look at that. Back when Marvel Comics actually did like what, 20 comics a month or something small like that, and they all mattered and they all yeah.
Yeah, and
Good times.
yeah, so it's got the OG stuff in there. And speaking of which, I mean, we seen that actually dropped Bill Sienkiewicz's name in here. As a matter of fact, it was the name of the hospital in the mental institution.
Oh, I thought that was just a foreign language. Okay, yeah. That was it.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure what.
I heard
Uh,
Spanish. I heard him say tranquilo, I got her, and that's a Spanish word.
yeah, I'm not sure what last name, what heritage, like the heritage of that last name is though, Sienkiewicz. But
Mm.
yeah, yeah, very cool stuff. And yeah, I'm definitely ready for a season 2 or a movie. I think a movie. I think a movie would be fitting for this character after this show.
We'll,
After everything is
we'll
said
know
and
at
done.
Comic-Con.
Yeah, I guess so. And speaking of which, I mean, I was thinking after I watched this episode, and I've only watched it once, kind of watched it while I was cooking my kids breakfast as well. But I was sitting there watching, just kind of watching. I'm thinking like, and I was thinking about where do I rank this in my MCU series, and most of my rankings have not changed so far since we've seen the movies or since the series have come out. Like I kind of rank them all how exactly they came out, how they were all released. Is how I see them all, except for Hawkeye. I put in the number 2 spot, right there after WandaVision, and this one, I still think it falls to number 2 for me, below WandaVision.
Okay.
But I think they did so many things right in this show that I think it's probably actually a better show than WandaVision was altogether. But I think the thing with me, my part of my ranking is just because of the fun and everything that was going along with WandaVision, that first series that came out, and just I think it was just kind of the timing. It's the kind of one of those like it holds like it's got memories, got memories there, man, got memories.
Oh yeah, totally. But at least like you have an actual list, unlike Mike Porter, who has like a 10-way tie for 10 out of 10.
Yes. But yes, okay, let's see what everybody's saying here. Everybody's saying what's up. Watched early enough to catch the live stream, says Flash by Night. Nice. Yeah. Wonder Wings was wild. Wonder Wings. Oh man, look. I forgot to change the screen back over there. There we go. It was just my ugly mug up there for a minute.
Oh, we can't have that.
Yeah. Okay. Um Mr. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Being a Marine is why I follow Moon Knight. Nice. All right. Nice. All right. Can't wait for the Egyptian hero line banter. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's it's gonna go online for sure. You know, if there's
In a
anybody
way,
watching this show.
in a way I can defend it. I can reasonably understand why it's kind of ridiculous where everything around you is burning and the thing you want to talk about is the heritage of the superhero. Well, that's bizarre. But I understand why, like I said earlier, like from 2008 until 2023, superheroes are white. Well, there's Black Panther. I shouldn't say that.
Right.
Well, let's just say from 2008 until Black Panther came out, it was just white superheroes were having white superhero films like Spider-Man, white guy, Ant-Man, white guy, Hawkeye, Black Widow. All these guys are white. So
Right. Well, they had supporting characters.
they
Come
had
on,
black
man.
supporting characters.
Come
That's right.
on, man.
Hey, what does
Yeah,
that mean?
Terrence
That you're the
Howard.
only time, but doesn't that like show you their place? You'll be in the movie, you'll be the supporting character. Yeah. At some point, you go, oh, I kind of don't want that. Sort of like Layla. Layla being the Scarab, let's say that. Okay, well, it's nice to have representation and a diverse cast. You couldn't give Scarlet Scarab her own show? No, you couldn't. You didn't. So it
Right.
makes me think they never get the full representation points from me. I always and me and what's his name Hakuna Matata will always like look at it this way of like the whole meaningful representation versus just representation. Everyone was there. It's got to mean something. You got to have to show me like how much care you put into it and how much like you how badly you did it. Like Marvel Comics. Sorry to sidetrack, but who's writing the Ms. Marvel versus Wolverine series? Her name is Jodie Hauser, not Al Ewing, not Jonathan Hickman, Jason Aaron. These are big names, by the way. Not Brian Michael Bendis, not Chip Zdarsky, Jodie Hauser. You get it? Like you got to show me how much you care by putting the people in positions with the top tier talent. And since you're not doing that, I see through you. And no matter how much you want to make me focus on the identity of the person, you didn't support it.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I think you kind of nailed it right off. Like with the supporting character, like know your role. All right, just like I told my kids the other day when we went out to build the fence. I was telling my daughters like, look, this is what my son's gonna do because he's a man. He's a man, and you're a whammon. Know your role.
Gotta let them know. That's right.
I told him you do the
Penis
woman's
power.
work. Oh, but no, they actually all pitched in equally, and they kicked ass. But yeah,
You have gender roles in your home? No?
hmm?
I said gender roles.
Yeah, well, no, like here, I get the role is you do everything. It doesn't matter, girl, boy. If we got work to do, you're all gonna do it. Like dishes, you're doing them. I'm doing them. We're all doing them. I don't want to do them.
Dishes are the worst. I saw a TikTok where a guy took a dish and put saran wrap over top of the dish, and then he put all his rice and all his food there. Okay, when it's time to clean up, he just undoes the plastic wrap and just throws that in the garbage. The dish was never dirtied. That guy, that's a life hack. I need to start doing that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, we've got Kendall joined us as well. There's a lot to discuss about the Marvel choice on who gets a show versus a movie. Well, I think the thing is now, like for one, we've heard for a while now that what they're going to do, all the movies now, like the solo movies, like there's going to be solo movies, but there's no longer solo movies with just the solo character. They're going to have multiple characters in all of the movies. This has been reported for a while back, and it just makes sense too if you see all the movies we got going on. Like what movie has come out that disapproves that or disproves that? I don't think there's
Yeah,
gonna be one.
not in a while
Yeah,
since Phase 3. I don't think we've ever had a solo.
yeah, and I think that's part of the thing. I was saying with these with the series, they're able to get in there, introduce a character without having to do that stuff. Like imagine another Batman movie where they showed the Waynes getting killed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you don't have to do that. Like if you're gonna do that, if you're starting it, tip DC, if you're gonna start a universe start over. Start over. What do something similar. Start with the show where you do stuff like that, like they kind of did here in this show, and I think that works out. By the time you get into a movie, you don't have to show all that, but you will reference things that happen there, so you'll get people curious to go see it or learn about that, and then they'll probably show everything else kind of in the movie, like catch you up to speed, and then go forward with the movie without having to spend half hour, 45 minutes, an hour of the movie doing all that.
Walter Hamada disagrees. He's gonna continue doing it the way he's doing. Thinks it works.
Yeah.
Birds of Prey was an absolute success.
Oh
You can
man.
always take shots at DC. What did you
Yes.
think about Amit and the special effects that they brought for Amit versus Khonshu? I thought it was spectacular, and it was like, okay, this is where the budget went. Great job.
Yeah, actually, I really did think it was good. I thought like there like obviously in these shows the CG and the budgets and some of the stuff going on ain't gonna be the best. But I thought everything here, I thought it was really well balanced, and also seeing these kind of these gods up there doing their thing battling. I know that shit's not real anyway. You know what I
Oh,
mean? So
yeah.
so it's not like it has to, like I don't need it to look like realistic. It just needs to look good with everything else going on around it for the most part. And I think for the most part I think it looked pretty good.
Something they did to accentuate the height of these giants was they showed you a big wide shot, but the cameraman was like from the floor level, so you could see just how giant they all looked when they were next to the pyramids. And that's something you would do, whether it's real or fake CGI. If there's something tall and big, you're gonna shoot it from a low angle to let people know. I thought that was smart. So
Right.
realness and fakeness didn't matter. They were gonna do it that way.
It's all about them angles, man. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ask any Instagram model this
Yeah,
or any good cinematographer.
yeah. They know all about the sync. You know what to
Yes.
sync.
Um, Flash by Night says, I think the Egyptian superhero thing is a little different. The hero, Layla does exist and is Egyptian. Yeah. Yeah, because like I said, that was a new one, like going with the Towerette thing and her doing all that. And like I said, I don't know about Scarlet Scare from the comics or anything, because I haven't read that. So hey, you
I'm
got
gonna
me, you
ask
got me
Professor
there.
Google. I'm gonna Google Scarlet Scarab because it's the first I'm hearing of it, like literally during this.
I was
And
pissed.
Scarlet Scarab
Kendall says
explains.
I was pissed when they blacked out with Jake. Ah, I know. Yeah. They should. They gotta show us at some point. But I think that's the thing. That's their way to do the violence without showing you the violence. Like they just show you the aftermath. Like some violent stuff went down. Deal with it. And it's like you know what? Like I feel like when we get to like a Punisher, you might be able to pull that off, but it's going to take some really clever editing. Like it's going to take like Austin Powers level editing to pull it off.
Okay.
But yeah, they need to show it. They need to show it. But that's to say that they're going to go rated M for mature.
According to Google here, there's a character named Scarlet Scarab Abdul Faul. He
Mhm.
introduced in 1977, and then he died in a Thor comic 5 years later in 82. But he gave the Scarab to his son. So I guess they're just saying right now, hey, we're gonna give it to the daughter instead.
Right. Right.
But
Yeah, I
if
knew
you
it was
guys
just.
read modern Marvel comics, that's not a significant character who even shows up in those big wide, where everyone is there. I don't see Scarlet Scarab.
Yeah. I was gonna say that's about all I knew about it. So so what it is just an easy way to get a character in there and change him. It's a character that nobody cares about. It's a character that nobody cares about.
A character of color. Thank you very much.
The blackout was a giveaway for me. Actually, called Jake post credit. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. You know what's funny is I think I even said that last week too. I'm like, if we get it, it's gonna be like the last. It's gonna be like a post credit thing. Like they're gonna do it at the very last. I think by this point, everybody kind of figured that too, because there's too much going on in this show to show that to even do anything other than that. Which leads into a great, like for a great season two, or better yet, movie.
Now they kept Ant-Man turning into Giant Man for the sequel. And Peyton Reed, the director, was kind of upset he did it in Civil War because that's what he was holding on to. Why would you blow it all in Civil War? Looking back at it, didn't need to do that for Civil War. You could have kept that one for the second movie. Civil War it brought a lot and didn't need it. Wouldn't you agree with that? Did they need that? No one here is going to agree with that. Come on, live chat. Did you really need to see Giant Man in Civil War when you had Spider-Man and Black Panther and all the surprises?
Didn't need to see him, I guess. But then he couldn't have grabbed Rhodey when he was flying away and threw him. And
Still didn't need it. He could have figured out another way. Maybe Wanda could have been the significant bad guy in there. Opposition in there. And look, did Ant-Man and the Wasp need a little something extra? Yeah. So there's more evidence. It would have been nicer for the first time to see Giant Man in Ant-Man.
yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Um, like a see, but it was cringy when the girl asked, "Are you an Egyptian hero?" Yeah, just kind of out of the middle of nowhere, like what? Yeah, they had to do something, I guess. And the thing is, like I mean, it's the Marvel. That's Marvel. It's just what they do. But it's not unlike like even superhero movies in general to ever do that, where kids like sitting there like, "Hey, are you blah blah blah?" Like yeah, kid. And then flies off or whatever.
Uh,
The show was good. Just left me wanting more of what we didn't see. The best action scenes seem to be. Oh yeah, but yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's the violence. It's the violence. They're not going to show it, and that's for a movie. For a movie. But then, are they going to make a rated R movie? I don't know. I don't know.
I do. No.
Yeah. Well, yeah. That's.
Deadpool would be the one if they did it. Not Blade, Deadpool.
They said they were with Deadpool. Maybe he'll show up in a Deadpool movie. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's their loophole. Kevin Feige's like, hey, you said Deadpool. You said Deadpool. And they're going to do all the... Like, Deadpool's just going to have a bunch of sequels.
Who said it would be rated R? Deadpool would be rated R. Ryan Reynolds said it?
Well, I thought... Wasn't it Iger? When they, like, after some of this... Like, when everything was kind of going on, he's like... was like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. Like, yeah, it'll be the only... Like, I don't think he said it was going to be the only one, but I think he just kind of said, like, it's not going to change or something like that, or something like that. But yeah, I guess we'll see.
Do they think we care, Disney? Like, we don't view you as something with standards. We know you're just a company here to make money.
Right. Yeah, they think we do. They think we care in that way.
Nah, we know what happened to Johnny Depp and how you let him go. We don't really like you guys right now.
Yeah, right.
I was watching it on on Tristan's stream. It was crazy.
Oh yeah. Mental institution is an interpretation of Mark and Harrow both have disassociative. Yeah. And say yeah, with Harrow being in there. Awesome ending, loved it. Now bring on season 2, says Reefer Man Reviews. Conchu knows that both men are trapped in their DNA. Yeah, exactly. And it appears that Jake can take over whenever he wants to.
Conch is just like, oh, you got me. All right, bye, guys.
Well, and it seemed like Mark and Steven were getting there too with each other. But that's not to say that they could override Jake. Fourth personality hint with this Spectre limo instead of cab. Yeah, well, I mean the third one. Yeah, I would be the third one. Yeah.
Limo,
Um,
cab, whatever. Ride service. Okay.
Robert St. Clair is in the building. Says sloppy execution of the story they were attempting to tell at the end. Who would have saw that coming? All right, me from day one. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And with all the stuff, once they got into like the Scarlet Scarab stuff, I know a lot of people were talking about that, and it's honestly a character I didn't know about. It's like that's obviously what they're doing here. There's just kind of hints everywhere. The Force is female. I mean the the multiverse is female.
The
Um,
CU is she you.
yes. Flashpoint says Moon Knight will possibly be Moon Knight without powers. That's how he exists in most of his history. We shall see. Yeah, yeah, could be.
Can I touch on the Scarab thing?
Absolutely.
Scarlet Spider. I think that Marvel Comics in like 4 months is gonna announce, oh, Scarlet Scarab Volume One, and it's
Mm-hmm.
coming.
Mm-hmm. You know
But
what?
it just shows you how wait, hold on. That's evidence of how disconnected they are from the movie studios. They've got no idea. They might as well be another comic book company not called Marvel. They may well be Dynamite Comics. They have no clue what Feige's cooking over at the movies.
That's we need to do. We need to flip through the previews.
Bro,
Find
I went to my
Scarlet
LCS also.
find Scarlet
Where you?
Scarab up in this piece, like, because I wouldn't doubt that it's there, or it will be
I
next
want to get
month
this
anyway.
poster though. This one image here with all of the heroes on it. At the back, they actually have this whole poster on sale without the words, and I think I'm gonna add that to my collection of posters. Yeah, here, see, it'll have no font on it.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Get it. Conchu and Gore in Thor 4 and Eternals 2. Well, see, that's the interesting thing there. I'm glad you brought this up, Jedi Mike, because I think it's very interesting. I'm just gonna throw this out there that Mark Spector is speaking Spanish. Um,
Oscar Isaac speaks Spanish, so
well, I just think it's interesting for the character to be doing that, in the sense that one of the other things in the Eternals movie, all my whole theory with like the Eternals kind of setting all this stuff off. There's one of the scenes, one of the last flashback scenes in the Eternals when they're in Tenochtitlan. I don't know how to say the word. They're in Mexico, and it was basically where the like the fall of the Aztecs and everything. When the Spaniards were coming over and they were there fighting, and obviously they were after gold. They were after just everything. They were there to take over the land, and that was when the fall of that was. And it made me wonder if there's even more going on with that, because it ties back to the Eternals and kind of all this same kind of godlike technology that I'm speculating about here. Yeah. Yeah. So I think it would kind of I don't think that Khonshu will return. I don't think it would be in Thor 4. Maybe Eternals. Maybe Eternals though. The next Eternals.
there was a
Um
moment here I thought Black Panther would be introduced, where someone said to Layla, "We need more avatars," and I'm like, "Okay, Black Panther has an avatar because boss, yeah, he's coming." Didn't come, of course.
mhm. Zora says Oscar Isaac got executive producer credits too. We're definitely getting season 2. Yeah, like I said, if not a movie, I kind of feel like there's a movie. I think there's a movie. I think there's a movie here.
He's a movie caliber actor, so it's not something I can just forget.
And that was the other thing that I was gonna say too. You know what I mean? Like, he is a movie caliber actor in a show here, and that's something that we see here. And I mean, they've had those in these shows, but these shows have largely been people from the movies in the shows. You know what I mean? Not going from shows to being in the movies. And that's kind of what they're doing with these characters. And but not like I think I said this the other day about there's probably a reason that Grant Gustin isn't Flash on the big screen. Not to say he's a terrible actor, but you know, there's just times when you're just not that caliber.
Mm.
And I think that there's something to be said about that.
And he wouldn't be as reliable as the actor that they got now playing Flash on the movies.
Yeah. Oh man, so the movie would give us all the action we missed. Yeah, Jake Lockley all day. Yeah, I need more Jake. I need some Jake. Layla is Layla. She don't need no stinking code name or whatnot. Yeah, I guess so. Van Jexter's in the building, my man Adam. You know what's funny? I was just thinking about Adam the other day. Like I miss this guy, man. Adam, come back. We miss you. I'm sure he's probably just been busy with life. I agree that it's number 2. I almost wish they gave this show a bigger budget. Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I kind of feel like movie is next. I feel like a movie's next. I think he'll make an appearance in something else, but I think a movie's next. Let's not forget he was in the West Coast Avengers for a while. Heck, he was even in the Defenders as well. And of course, you know, we're all going to bring up Midnight Suns as well, right?
What is so special about Midnight Suns? I know they exist. I know there's a team, but like, what do they accomplish? Which is like a story you want to see? Is it like the Young Avengers? How all fans say Young Avengers, they're gonna do Young Avengers. Okay, well, you mean that comic book that got canceled after issue 12? Like, what are you talking about here?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
they
know.
exist.
I've never read it. I've never, but my guess would be to fight supernatural and beings from hell and stuff like that. I
Yeah, so
guess.
quick little beings from hell storyline. Hey, looking forward to it.
Mephisto, bro, come on, man.
It's like when I think about Ironheart Riri Williams, I'm like, oh, I want that story where she gets her name from the Tony AI, and then I want her to go to Latveria and take care of what Doom and his failed country becomes the queen. I want to see her face like every story of Riri Williams. I'm actually interested in that, not just I'm gonna get her. Yes. Oh, from MIT. Yes, that's Riri. That's Riri. I don't care that much about the origins. I want to see everything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. Could MCU movies serve worldwide women in oppressed situations like Jackie Robinson helped folks in baseball? I mean, I think that's essentially kind of it. It's just for me. I think the thing when it comes to those kinds of things is I think it's just like it's institutions ultimately, kind of like Chillmonger was saying earlier, like with the promoter stuff and all of that. That's what it is. It's ultimately just people in charge. Like I don't think there's anybody out there who really sees anybody else as incapable in that sense of things. Um, I would say it's largely stuff like we're seeing like in the movies and things like that. Um, But yeah, I mean, obviously it would help. It helps, and that's why they're doing a lot of it. Plastic wrap better than paper plates? What?
Oh yeah,
What?
putting that over your plate. Because hey, listen, all the plate is a shape to contain the ketchup and all that stuff. What I don't need is that plate getting messy. So if I could just put it over the plate, do my food eating, and then crumple it up and throw it away, and the plate is spotless, victory. No smell, no, you know what I mean? Yeah,
Yes, yes. Just buy
Jedi Mike
plastic
feels me.
plates. Yeah. Oh man, that's funny. The Batman year 5. Says Jedi Mike. Okay, 28 movies, 6 shows, 34 tied for number 1. Yee, says Mike Porter. He's on it. God's battling this way better than Godzilla versus King Kong. Yes. Sooner or later you'll get the on-screen Jake. Never forget they broke U.S. agent's arm and killed Battlestar in actual fights in Falcon and Winter Soldier. Yeah, I mean they did. They got pretty violent. And a lot of it kind of clever editing tricks. Yeah. Um, let's see. Oh, there's Adam in the building from a Dude of Reviews. Says enjoyed the finale. Yes, Giant Man boosted Ant Man's street cred. Yes, it did. Yeah, that was cool. And Spidey had a cool Star Wars line.
Yeah, with the giant man and everything.
Yeah,
Civil War.
yeah, yeah. See, Mike is saying yes that it was necessary. It's made to wrap up his legs like Star Wars. Yes. See, everybody. Yep. See, they're all against you there. Chill. They're all like, no.
I Yeah, it's fine, man. We don't
You
both
lost
have to be right.
you lost a popular vote this time.
I lost the popular vote. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah. Adam says can't wait for Blade. I made it cooler because they really didn't fight till Rhodey got hurt. It helped make it better. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think you'll get the ultra bloody violence most people are looking for. The dead people on the boat probably witnessed all the blood and gore. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, I don't think we'll. I don't think we're. I don't think we're gonna get a lot of that in any Marvel movie or show. A lot of that. Much like current comics market is probably going to try and fight crime without as many casualties. Yeah, and of course, that's boring, but that's boring. He's not a hero. He's kind of an anti-hero. That's kind of his thing, you know.
Man, he's got mental issues. He's not gonna be out here superheroing, walking the streets and just going like looking for trouble. He's got to work on himself. His relationship with Layla. Let's not forget, Mark knows Stephen Grant kissed Layla. Layla knows he knows, and he knows she knows they know. They know. So that's gonna be something that they gotta fix.
Yeah. Justin says, Robert Sinclair, stop being toxic. You're sounding like me. All jokes aside, the show didn't do it for me either. He says that Chillmonger, you're wrong. Feige runs the comic division of Marvel as well. He has creative control over everything. Marvel, perhaps he is the one with DID. Yeah, no, I don't think like he's in charge of it all, but I think probably up to this point, I think he's probably very hands off. Um,
He's
in
the
a lot of
chief
things
creative
going on.
officer, just like Kathleen Kennedy is the president of Lucasfilm, but I don't give her credit. Oh, aggressively relaxing is in the live chat. I don't give her
Uh
credit for Mandalorian. I don't care that she's the president aggressively relaxing. Just because she happens to be the boss of it doesn't mean she made these creative decisions and like put together the slate that they're doing with Ahsoka and with Book of Boba Fett and all that stuff connecting.
yeah. I was gonna say I don't think that I don't think he's very hands on with it. At least not yet. At least not yet. Because if so, I mean, maybe they could fix the X books. Um, yeah, he isn't at the summits. Yeah. Agli says, "Shit, I was in the West Coast Avengers for a while." Yeah. Okay. Oh, Secret Avengers 2? All right. For anything Trinity and I have been talking about on Twitter during the last month, the unreliable narrator and mental illness storytelling, it'll never getting cleared up. Yeah, right. Yeah. Yeah, nothing like that getting cleared. Like, it's the crutch, if you will. The it's the band-aid that you can use for whatever. Midnight Suns was great supernatural Marvel stories from the early 90s. Shit's dope. All right. I'll have to check them out sometime. About the supernatural villains, we get a lot due to the Scarlet Witch and the Dark World. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The supernatural. Yeah. Well, and then plus we also even got like that Agatha Harkness series getting ready to come up as well.
That's
Um,
Midnight Daughter, okay?
right. Oh, it's going to be Midnight Daughters. Dang. We're going to have the Scarlet Scarab. We're going to have Miss Hawkeye. We're going to have, I don't know. Who else is going to put in?
She-Hulk?
Yeah. Black Widow.
Yeah, there's so many Black Widows.
Actually, Lilith is the main villain of the Midnight Suns, and Zarathos, Mephisto is the villain in the newer iterations of the Midnight Suns. Oh, okay. All right.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you. So we know who the villain is. We know the stories are against
Appreciate it.
supernatural villains. Okay, exterior, you kind of gave me what they're about. What story? Because like when I think of the Black Panther, I go, oh, let's see do more. The story where Latveria and Atlantis and Wakanda meet so that there could be like a fight. Like what story, what plot line from beginning to end do you want to see? Don't just tell me about the Midnight Suns and they have villains who are dark. What exactly was it that was compelling? How did it take a character from here to there? And why do you want to see a character from here to there now in the movies?
Mm. Yeah. That's Justin says, "What's up? She's just spreading my toxicity through the tubes. Feel the power of the dark side."
May
Oh,
the fourth
Justin,
be
you
with
crack
you.
me up, dude. Mr. Zod is in the building. Says 5 and 6 were the best episodes. Rewatching every Disney show. This plus show, this is the best.
The best
Um,
one. Okay.
I I don't know. I think 5 and 6 for me were just like the wrapping up. I don't think they were the better ones. I don't think they were the better episodes. I don't. Um, but there was plenty of cool stuff in them. Like they're actually kind of what made this series have a better landing than the other series have finished. Definitely, definitely.
I easily say it's a top three. I just don't know if it's my number one or two yet. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. I may have to do a rewatch of all of them to figure out which one would be my favorite.
That'll be
Um,
a fun time.
Flash by Night says actually even I was just see the reaction. Oh man. Unresolved and not very thorough. WandaVision came closest in my opinion. Yeah, yeah. Again, I think all these shows they're just setting like I don't feel like they're gonna have definitive endings. I think they're just setups for other movies and into other TV shows presenting you know, threads or introducing characters that are gonna go on to something else and maybe affect
Closest,
what's going on.
the only ending we got was Avengers Endgame, and that kind of closed Tony Stark's story, closed what's his name, Captain America's story. That's the closest we ever got to an ending in Marvel. So yeah, there's no endings.
Let's see. For those that stay current on Marvel Comics, the promotion synergy between the books and MCU is crystal clear. I don't think they're quite getting there yet. I don't think they're quite getting there yet. You know what? You know what? Actually, I think you might be right, Aglax. I think you're 100% right. They're doing it just like as good as DC does. Robert Sinclair says the golden necklace Layla stabbed that dude with were golden wings. Yeah, absolutely. Was it foreshadowing or mental projecting by the narrator, giving her the outfit later? Did that actually happen in reality? Right, and that was one of the things I thought of too, because I remembered that from what was that, episode 3, where they went to Mogart's, and yeah, she had that necklace on that she used to stab the dude. Yeah, then she became Lady Falcon. Lady Falcon.
Falcats.
Falcette. But yeah, and that's kind of the thing, like with the foreshadowing, mental projection, yeah, with a lot of that stuff going on there. Yeah, absolutely, and again, because they went and they used all of it, but they never really showed us the end, the ending of it all, especially because at the end, you see him wake up and he's still in the apartment, he's chained to the thing, and he falls on his face.
With two
um,
goldfish now.
yeah, yeah. The man see you. Reality was never firmly established in this show, in my opinion. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't like what was real and what was fake, and that's why I said like I kind of feel like all this stuff went on, just not right now. Everything you're seeing is now. But yeah, I feel the same way on that. I don't doubt that acts. I'm sure we'll learn about the hammer, Thor's hammer being a female soon. Maybe Thor, maybe Love and Thunder, but it's in the comics now. Is it in a few months ago? Yeah. Discord watch parties, says Jedi Mike. We could probably do that. Yeah, doing my ranking after year 2033, says Mr. Is that when you're gonna wait? You're gonna wait to get all the clicks and views?
Will YouTube even be around?
Yeah, of course it will
Think
be.
so?
Yes.
Well, they won't be paying you in money. They'll be paying you in like crypto or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. If they're going crypto, no, everybody's going to jump ship. MCU soap operas have no endings, only more stories. Yes. Yes. Good
Let me
point.
get back to crypto. Everyone's gonna jump ship in 10 years when that's the prominent like currency. I feel like you and I will be glad we made YouTube channels. We'll be like, okay, look, the whole like physical money thing is dead, but we have this thing which is gonna make the switch over to the new thing, so don't have to worry about that.
Right. And I knew there was something I was forgetting to mention and
It's your
Adam had to.
birthday?
No, today's not. Today's not. But Adam had to come in here and remind me of this, and I swear, like, did you just come in here to get me triggered, Adam? That's just I was just wondering that because I completely forgot to touch on this. All right, and the thing is, like, we all know how much I hate that fucking enchanted suit. But Moon Knight can fly? What? What? God, I
He
completely
can
forgot
glide.
about that. I completely forgot about that. I think I mentally tried to. I think maybe Myrtle took over, and I forgot about that. But thanks for bringing that up because I wanted to finish off the stream yelling. Oh no! No. I'm
You
not
can
gonna
yell.
go
Go
there.
ahead. It
I
happened. It was on the show. He went from here to there, and he barely went down. It was like parallel, not parallel, but like when it's flat. He did some flat flying.
yeah. Yeah. That wasn't even like gliding like he does with like
That wasn't Knuckles in Sonic 3.
yeah, man. You had to say it. You had to say it. My brain's fried right now. I'm trying no, yeah, no. Yeah.
Maybe it was really windy that day.
Yeah. Yeah, flying. Freaking Moon Knight flies. I'm gonna just leave that one alone. I'm gonna leave it alone. Because I was still upset when I seen the enchanted suit when he powers back up and he goes no. No. Long jump. No.
Long jump. Yeah.
Oh, of course I'm right. The arc of history always bends towards me being right, says aggressively relaxing. Oh, dang. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Elon Musk will own more Twitter, YouTube, Google Plus. What
Buy Dogecoin.
is Elon going to buy out Bill Gates?
He can be bought.
Right? Free comic book day this Saturday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is free comic book Saturday this Saturday. Nicholas Teresco says, I only watched episode 1, gave up on Disney crap. Also, what's up? Been a while. Yes. Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, there's a lot of people that tuned out after Endgame. We're kind of, and I'll be honest with you. Leading up to it, they were telling us that it was the end game. That this is it. They said that themselves. They did.
So literally, the movie being named and titled Endgame hurt the studio.
Could be, and I think I even mentioned that one time a while back in one of the streams. Like, I mean, they did bill it as that. I was like, this is the end game. This is kind of it. That was something they pushed a lot of. Yeah.
They could have
Yeah.
called the movie Thanos Game, and they would have sold so many more tickets for Shang-Chi and Black Widow.
Adam says that's exactly why I came here. Oh.
Triggered.
Flash right now, dude.
Trinity's gonna beat his head like Mark in episode 5.
Moon Knight did not fly. Khonshu was the wind beneath his wings. Oh, man. Yes. Oh man, that's hilarious. But yeah. Oh yeah, Justice Simone, dude, that's something for Meta Egg right there. They fly now. Boom. Damn, Will Morgan, if you're watching this, there you go. Bam, that was a free one from Justin.
That was the fourth personality of Mark Spector. It was Poe Dameron. He said, "They fly now."
Damn. Justin went there. Yeah. Long jump.
Yeah.
Oh, he can fall. Yes. With style. With style. Trinity's going to beat his head like Mark in episode 5. I will too. I will. Oh man, God works in mysterious ways, says Aglax. Moon Knight is having fun. He's like time.
Man.
He flies. Oh man, you're terrible. Terrible.
Anyways, that was all the time I had today. Sorry, I gotta go. I'm embarrassed to be on this stream after a joke like that.
Oh man. Oh no, not at all. when you want the fire you die to be expensive, choose Tesla. What? Okay. I say demonizing half the honest as well as they are failing now. Yeah. Oh, he identifies as Superman. Is that what he identifies as a flyer? Honestly, don't think Moon Knight flew, but now I'm going to have to defend it 1,000. Yeah, this week.
No, he never elevated. He just was like maintaining left to right, which is I don't know
Kendall
about that one.
Kendall says still look better than that flying bat squirrel.
No, of course, naturally, the studio he was dealing with was
Where's
much better. He
where's
even did like a
K-Dot
Falcon
at?
move. Yeah, so I think he's doing a live stream right now
I
about
think he is too.
when you actually saw him do the Falcon move. So during the fight with Arthur Harrow was kind of grabbed onto him after he got brutally kneed, but Arthur Harrow was grabbing on, and you know what Moon Knight did? He turned into Mr. Knight just so the wings could go away. He escaped and then turned back the wings, and you saw him
Yeah.
swoop back up and away.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They did a lot of cool things in this last episode. They did.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they did.
Just enough. 8. I say 8
Yeah.
out of 10. I'm not going 10 like Mike Porter.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think eight's fair. Flew longer than Batwoman lasted. Yes.
It was canceled.
Yeah, Batwoman was canceled. That's funny. Still look better than the that's funny Bats, bro. But anyway, I don't think I really have anything else to really talk about on the show today. Regarding the show, I thought this last episode was pretty good. Disney finally stuck the landing on one of their Marvel Studios finally stuck the landing on one of their Disney Plus series, and I still rank it as overall of these series number 2. I haven't really changed any of my rankings since all these shows have come out and we've watched them, and I've kind of placed them in my own little ranking bracket. And I don't think this one's going to move either, even upon rewatch. But hey, I guess we'll see how I feel in a couple of months.
I like Jedi Mike goes 9 out of 10. Kendall says 10 out of 10 if I saw the Jake scenes. Yes, from my imagination, the way he just kind of reverses and now he's got the cane on top of the head of Arthur Harrow. Yeah, let's see how that happened.
Yeah.
You could have got a higher score.
Yeah.
You don't do that on the season finale. You show me how dangerous he is.
Mm-hmm. Right. Exactly. We need to say, and maybe that's what they're saving for the movie. Maybe they're going to. I'm telling you, I feel like there's a movie coming from this. Definitely a movie coming out of this altogether. But anyway, yeah, I thought overall the series was pretty good. Do you have anything else before we go, Chillmonger?
No, man. You know where to find me Saturdays, 33 Burning Questions.
All right. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not sure what all I have planned for this weekend, but we know Doctor Strange is getting ready to come out tomorrow. Everybody's going to be seeing it, talking about it now through the weekend, and I was thinking maybe here soon. Maybe I was going to say the weekend, but I'm not sure if I'll have time to sit down and maybe do a community stream or something and bring different people on. But when I do that, if you're available, you're more than welcome to come on, Chillmonger.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's all I've got for today's video. You guys, if you're watching this on the replay, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you like, subscribe, do all of that stuff that you're supposed to do. If you're here right now watching live, make sure that you do the same thing and let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. What you thought about the show, what you thought about me and Chillmonger coming here and flapping our gums and just everything else. Let me know.
Before you go, Mike says, read my comment. He says, Endgame working title was Stark is a Genius. Doctor Strange is the source of Supreme. And Moon Knight Enchanted Flying Suit is the best.
Oh, no. I'm not reading that. I'm not reading the Enchanted Flying Suit. No, I can't do that. No, man. Stark is No. No enchantments. No. I suppose that the little mice, whenever he gets hurt, little mice come up and start sewing his suit back together, right? Ah. But you can
end the stream now.
You all have a very good day, and we'll see you all in the next video or live stream. Probably actually got a video come up very soon. Later.